What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I am Wiggles, and the man next to me is Thomas Clark, but his artist name is Juggles, and we're gonna get to know this man. So I hope everybody's having a good night. I didn't have to do no overtime tonight, so I was able to squeeze in an interview. Um, yeah, I'm glad you came. Thank you for coming on short notice. A few shout outs in the chat. We got Little Love. I think that's your daughter. Don Chaos, TZ, Makey, Insane Lycan. We got some people popping in. But thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. And I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Oh, my homie Shaven stopped in. I see you. I see you. Hell yeah. Um, all right, man. So, without further ado, we're gonna just jump right into this. The first question is, what's your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently live now?
My name's Thomas Clark. I was born and raised in New York. I was actually born in Ogdensburg and spent most of my time in St. Lawrence County and Franklin County along the Canadian border. And then about 3 years ago, I moved down here to South Carolina. I live in Inman now, which is a small town along the North Carolina border up by Greenville.
Okay.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, that's a big jump from New York. Why'd you move? Like, what was your reason for moving? Just to a new scenery, or work, or family, or
drastic life change.
Okay.
Some stuff happened between me and my wife, and I had to, we'll say, restart. So
okay, no, that's you ain't got to give us no more than what you want to, man. I just like to dig and poke a little.
yeah.
Okay. Question number 2: are you a juggalo? If so, how long have you been down? And do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper?
I am a juggalo. I've been down, God, probably since 91, 93. My cousins and I used to drive around all the time listening to ICP, bumping it in the car. You know, a lot of classics like Boogie Woo, Piggy Pie, in my room, stuff like that. I remember a lot of mailboxes getting ran over to Piggy Pie when I was younger. That was what they did back then. You know, we didn't get it the first time, hit it in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, go again.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun back then, you know, and I met a lot of amazing people along the way. I've had a lot of nice Juggalo interactions. I used to mingle in the chat rooms, and now that I feel like they've gotten more moderated, like they're trying to like put these restrictions on Juggalos and what you can say and what you can share, and it's just crazy to me. So I've left a lot of them. I don't actually like get into the Juggalo chat rooms, but I still talk to some of the people that I've met. And I had some good experiences. Like one of my friends, Tom, he was in a wheelchair, and I won't say his last name out of privacy, but he had surgery, and now he's up and walking again for first time in a long time, and he was able to stand up in front of his grandkids. You know, like shit like that's been shared with me through the Juggalo community, and it just makes you feel whole inside.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're trying to fill those holes.
Yeah. The third part, do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper, or are you just a juggalo that raps?
That's kind of hard, you know. I do consider myself a juggalo rapper, but I don't just do juggalo music. Like I do other stuff on the side. I might not release it, but like it's good to get it out and express yourself, just to keep it open. And like I'm always trying to constantly look for that way to level up or build, whether it's in my music production or my wording or my writing, or just getting my flow out, or just having my audio levels at the right. Like
absolutely.
You know, so it's always for me for climbing that ladder, climbing that ladder. Like I started music,
So
God,
then
almost 2 years ago.
let me try to reword that a little then. If not just like the whole juggalo rapper box, are you more like, do you make more horrorcore type music, or is
Oh
it just like,
yeah, definitely.
you
No, I
know?
love my hardcore shit. Not all my
Okay.
friends do. Like I'm in the South, and it's kind of a Bible belt, so a lot of people give me weird looks when they hear it. But I mean, they'll listen to it and they like it, but they don't like lyrics.
Right.
You know, I listen to my beats, my flows, and like I make a lot of beats as well. So I've had a couple
Draco's
conversations.
Draco's future wife, proud of you, cuz. I'm guessing that's your cousin.
Yeah, it's probably my cousin Joe.
Okay. I'll periodically put comments up here if you can see them
I
in
don't
the
know. I got
bottom
a
of
lot of
the.
people on here. So.
I gotta give a whoa to motherfucking EC because that is like the most supportive homie you could ever have on your side. That man, he don't even want no gain or nothing from it. He's just a jug for jugs by jugs. Like EC's that homie. So I seen him in here do a big whoop whoop, and I had to give him one of those back. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Um.
Man. I met a lot of them.
Okay. So let's get in it. What inspired you to start making music?
Uh, I guess I always had like a fascination with it. It really started at like a younger age, I guess, when I got into high school and I started to mingle with people my own age. And uh, when I got my first job, our habit was to really like we'd go and we'd get high in the car wash, you know, and it cost you $10. You'd get multicolored foam. It'd sit there and drip, and you'd be in there for 10 minutes, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Sit there and smoke a bowl, and we'd just sit there and freestyle, you know, have fun and fuck around, see what we come up with. And that I guess that's kind of where it started, you know. And
Bro,
ever since
that's
then,
awesome.
I've had fun.
Right, right. Okay, cool. That's a new answer. Uh, who do you look up to in the music industry? Rather current, past, mainstream, underground, the whole realm of music. Who's your inspiration? Who do you pull or try to take from, or you know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Who motivates you?
I've got a lot. I
Well, give
listen
us
to a
like a
wide
top five.
I listen to a wide variety of music. But I mean, ICP is way up there. Um, I get a lot of inspiration from Darby O'Trill as well. I've been listening to Darby for a while. Jelly Roll when he was underground, like everybody likes Jelly Roll that sings, but like a lot of people don't know about cocaine Jelly Roll in the backyard, you know, freestyle and like trash Jelly Roll is the Jelly Roll I used to like. And like he's got a new song out with ICP. It's dope as shit. I don't know if anybody's listened to it. It's called Zombies, but you should listen to it. You know,
Okay. I don't know if I've heard the recent one or not.
yeah. Mercules is good. You know,
Yeah.
I really like Mercules. Suicide Boys, they're up there. Bones. Um, I've listened to a lot of classical rock too, like Meatloaf. Um,
Yes, man. Rest in peace. That's the one artist that freaking really affected me, bro.
well,
Meatloaf.
I grew up listening to like country, you know, like classic rock, because my parents were really big into country, and I couldn't stand it. I hated it. It was always so sad and depressing to me. And then my best friend, Jamie Pollard at the time, introduced me to Metallica, the Black Album. And rock and roll is really what transpired me from going from listening to country music to listening to other fields of music and discovering what I like.
Right. That's cool. Okay. And I agree with you. Old school Jelly Roll. I kind of like it.
Yeah. I got a lot of
Mainstream
underground
fame
influence.
Jelly Roll, I'm not really digging too much. Like I like
Yeah.
Save Me, but otherwise, I'm really not his top fan.
Yeah. No, I get
So,
that. I mean, I've had a
uh,
lot of underground interactions too. I've had a lot of people help me along the way and give me tips. Like I've done a collaboration with Gingerbread. Shout out Chris Burton. I don't know if anybody's heard
yeah,
Gingerbread. It's one song that I
absolutely.
did with Gingerbread. I'm working on some other stuff with him too. It's just taking some time to get it done. But
Right.
Greg Phillip, Sigma. He's been
Yeah,
a huge help with me too, as far as my audio layering goes and getting my stuff figured out, and just being able to step back and actually work on my writing and figure it all out, and have these people, tremendous juggalos, helping me along the way, and they're not asking for a thing, they're amazing people. Um,
absolutely.
Apollo Exodus was actually my very first like juggalo artist interaction, and I got major love for Apollo. He's a very, very busy guy though.
He
But
is, man. I've been trying to
yeah,
get him up here, and I've been knowing
yeah,
him for a minute,
he's
and
hard to talk
he
to,
just
man.
he's ghosting me.
Yeah, don't feel bad. He's just busy. I mean, he messages me too once in a while, and I'll write him back and shit. But yeah, he's just busy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Any current projects in the work? So, what's next? Are you working on any new songs? Any songs about to drop? Any tours?
Yeah.
Anything?
No tours planned yet. I'm still in the very early stages of getting this going. Like, I want to make sure I have some quality stuff to actually perform.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but have you done any one-off openers just to try to like get out there at a bar or something?
yeah, I mean, I've fooled around,
Okay.
but nothing as far as like serious booking goes.
Right, right. But you said you
But
got some songs in the works right now or something
yeah,
about
I
to
mean,
come out?
I've always got songs in the works, but I've got this one that Gingerbread and I have a collab on. He's actually already wrote and got the verse ready to go. It just got to be recorded. That's actually going to be produced by Deverex. He's going to
Ooh.
mix and master it. So I'm spoke with him on a couple of occasions. He's given me a couple of tips as far as music production goes as well when I first started up, because I was using a lot of loops when I first started, and he told me that wasn't the way to go, that I wanted to, get my own DAW, my VSTs, and just learn how to play it myself and make these different sounds and just have fun with it, and that's really where it all started. So
Right, right.
next thing you know, I'm getting a big flash drive and I'm making 10,000 random sound files and just having fun with it. So, uh, I got one coming out soon that's called Rotten. Um, I've sent you a preview of it a while ago. That's actually the first message
Yeah.
that I sent you. That's finally
Okay.
finished. So that's ready to be released soon. I'll let you know as soon as I get a date for that, but it should be within the next 3 weeks.
Hell yeah. Y'all definitely need to check it out too. It's pretty tight. I didn't know who this man was really out of nowhere. I'm guilty of that, but that's why I do these interviews so I can get to know people too. And he's got an interesting voice actually, and as long as he keeps pushing himself, I can see him being pretty dope. So
I'm
be looking
trying.
out for that song. And Gingerbread, he was one of my first artist interviews. Like that's the dude. I think in
Yeah,
fact
I
he
got
was
no
like
good
my
luck with
third.
gingerbread. That, and he's got the hair I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man,
what's
especially when he
up.
gets to playing, he's got the hat on and the beads in. He looks fine as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. Um, okay, so what's your favorite song that you have made so far?
Oh, it's kind of a toss up between Crystal Lake and then actually a couple of them. I love Crystal Lake. I've got another one out called Scroll Creeper that are released around Halloween. That one was a lot of fun. I kind of took inspiration for Darby O'Trill to make that track, because he had a song on his debut album that was talking about voodoo doctor or witch doctors,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the shaman demands a sacrifice, I think is the name of the song. And I kind of took the inspiration from that to create my Scorekeeper track. I've had some fun with some other ones like Never Really Gave a Fuck. That was a lot of fun. Motherfucking Juggalos. Like Chainsaw was another very fun one. So I have a lot of fun when I'm creating the horrorcore.
Yeah, yeah. Gingerbread's in the house. Said whoop whoop. What up, y'all?
Whoop whoop, Chris.
We were just talking about you, homie. And your
Yeah,
daughter said whoop whoop. I love you, Dad. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. That's beautiful to me right there. Your kid is supporting you in your
Yeah,
music. Like they're not worried about. I mean, I'm sure they're being a kid, but you know what I'm
he's a
saying? Like
juggalo too,
that's
believe it or not.
freaking awesome. Yeah,
He discovered ICP a couple years ago, and she's always bumping different ICP songs. So,
that's beautiful. That's the goal, man. Keep growing juggalos.
yeah,
All right.
and Chris is actually
Realist. Go ahead.
work that'll be coming out soon too. Gingerbread. He's
Yeah.
got a couple of beats that I've given him. He's got some collabs too as well that'll be coming out as a producer on. So you can look for
Okay.
that as well.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, realistically, where do you see yourself or hope to see yourself in 5 years? What's your 5 years plan? Are you going to be signed? Are you still going to be just working on yourself? Are you going to be solo? Are you going to have a whole group put
Yeah.
together by that point of homies on a band? Or what's your goals? 5 year plan.
I've never really thought about the band route, to be honest with you. I have a friend that he's back in New York and stuff, and I kind of help him work on music, and it's always been his dream to get up there too. So I'm hoping someday I can help him get there. Like as I'm learning, I want to teach him when I'm learning, and get to that point. But I'd really like to
Absolutely.
expand upon my music production, and I love making music, and it doesn't always have to be me singing or rapping. Like I love producing beats too and hearing other people rapping on it. Like the first time I got a collaboration back from Gingerbread, it blew my fucking mind what he did. Like,
Right.
damn, bro, I can't believe he just snapped like that and dropped this kind of a beat flow. Like I never even thought of that in my head. That's what's amazing to me. Like you could have a million different people that can all hear that same beat, and everybody's going to get a different chop through the way that they go through it.
Absolutely. That's why
And
open verses are fun.
yeah, exactly. And I just really like to see myself getting more involved in the community, either production wise or releasing wise. And to me, like, it's not a matter if I get signed or not. Like, that's not my dream. I've always wanted to just make music and be heard,
Right.
and I enjoy
So
it.
do you think you like focus more though on making music or mixing and mastering, producing? Like where are you at on that? Like
It's kind of I guess, a balance between both. Some weeks I might make 3 or 4 songs, and I might only release one out of the 3 or 4 that I made, and then I might go a couple of months not make any songs, but make beats every single day. So I
right,
guess it really
right.
depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty tight. Um if not music, then what? What would you be doing? Would you be working just a 9 to 5? Would it just be something still involved around the industry, or you got another hobby or talent that you're really good at?
I've always been a cook, believe it or not. I've been a chef for a long time, about 22 years. I've done Italian cuisine for a long time. I've done American grilling, Mexican cuisine. I was a chef at a 4-star spa and resort, and now I got a job down here as a chef too, well cook, and it pays the same. It's good money. It's long hours, good
I'm
work
not
flow.
mad at you, bro. I wish I could cook. I mean, I can cook, but it ain't nothing like top flight. I ain't no chef, boy.
Yeah,
So the man
kind of
can
fell
cook
into
some
it out of
food.
high
That's all
school.
right.
I kind of fell into it out of high school. Uh, I got in trouble, got fucked up when I was younger, got arrested, and got hit with a felony charge, and nobody would hire me. And the one guy that hired me owned a chain of restaurants, and I was stuck as a dishwasher, is where he was going to put me. And my cousin at the time was a prep cook over there, and he had quit about 3 days into me starting there. And they had saw that I had previous grill experience, so they asked me if I'd ever prepped before. And I told them no, but they asked me to give it a try. So I went over and they gave me the recipe book and left me alone. And 4 hours later, they came back, and that's when my career started. Like I've been cooking every day ever since then.
Bro, that's awesome. So you actually genuinely enjoy cooking now and shit? Like
Yeah, I do. I
creating
mean, every
and
job has its
yeah.
stresses. I mean, it's always fun to cook. I mean, I love to cook, but some days it's stressful.
Yeah,
Depends on
yeah, I
what you're
bet.
doing and how many people you have at that door at that one time.
Right. My old lady asked in the chat if you could be an animal, what would it be?
A lion. I'm a
A
Leo.
lion.
So I've always been fascinated with lions.
Hell
I
yeah.
wasn't
That
much
would tie
like
into
most people
another question down the road, but I had to ask it for her.
thought.
Um, Lions are dope. I like big cats too, so I'm with you on that. Uh, Alrighty. Okay. What did you want to be as a kid? Was it a singer or a chef?
No,
Oh
no. Well, to be honest with you, I wanted to be an astronaut.
my God! We got
Yeah.
somebody that really wanted to be an astronaut. I usually throw
No,
that out as just a random answer, and nobody wanted to be an astronaut.
no, I really did. When I was younger, and I used to read a lot of books. Um, I remember growing up. By the time I was 5, I must have read 1,000 books. Like my parents had so many books in the house, and I learned how to read at an early age. And I read every single one of them, and I loved adventure. Like Journey to the Center of the Earth, 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Stuff like
Right.
nautical adventures and like outer space. Always fascinated me as far as like going out there and just exploring. Like I don't know. I was never into Star Trek though. Like that, I could never get into that shit. Like it just bored the shit out of
Right.
me. But
Right.
yeah. But as far as
Um,
like outer space and like wanting to go to the moon and shit, like yeah, I wanted to be an astronaut and actually see what it was like to be outside of our atmosphere and look down.
there's pros that I think would be cool, but the only thing that just is a complete turn off from it is I'm not drinking my own piss. I don't care how
Yeah,
purified it
right.
is.
Yeah,
Just you unless it's like a life or death, and even then you can only recycle your urine like once, and it barely gets you by. Like
right.
that's just let me die.
It's NASA,
I
man. They got $1 billion
don't know.
budget. We got to be able to get Fago and an IV or something up there for you.
Right.
Right.
Fago or monster, damn it. The misconstrued cat said, "I want to live on the moon, bro."
Yeah, it'd be fun to jump around
Tired,
on it. Sure.
tired of
Spend a
this
lot of black
Earth life.
zombies on the moon.
Right. Um.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I've never had nobody say they wanted to be a dang astronaut. Kudos to you. Um. Next question. Have you played the Gathering of the Juggalos or been to the Gathering of the Juggalos? And if so, how many times on both accords?
I haven't played and I haven't been to either one yet. I'm hoping this is my first year. I'm really trying to make it. I've been talking to Gingerbread and a couple other people about it. You know, uh, After I got out of high school and stuff and got a job, I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up along New York in a poor New York country and no, county. And my parents worked hard, but we didn't have a lot of money and stuff. They did the best that they could for us. But like if we wanted something, we had to work hard for it to get it. Like that's a lesson that our parents taught us. Appreciate everything that you wanted and needed. You never stole and you worked hard. So
Absolutely.
we
Dude, I only went for the first time last year myself, and I've been down for 20 fucking years, but I've been on my own since I was 16, and
yeah,
the gathering wasn't priority. Living, survival was priority, you know?
yeah,
So the
okay,
cards just lined up, and I do believe it happens when it needs to happen, or you know what I'm saying? And like my
yeah,
homie Shay right here just said, this might be your year, bro. Like, make it
yeah.
happen, you know? So
I mean,
that's
like I
awesome.
said, uh, I had to restart. After I got out of high school and stuff, like I got a job, got in trouble, got arrested, fell into my career and stuff. Years later, I fell in love with a woman. We had children. That didn't work out, so I had moved on here 3 years later, and now I finally get a chance to start finding myself in music and finding out who I really am as a person outside of that relationship. So
Absolutely.
I finally
Um,
got my own vehicle. It's fixed. I've got wheels again. I'm a supportive
Finding that
father.
stability in life is key, man. No matter
Yeah,
where you are, and as you said, restarting in life. That's another thing. I finally found stability in my life in just the last 4 years. I'm buying a home. It's not the best, but it's mine. I got an old lady that works. It ain't just me providing for everybody. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, everything's got to line up according. So I ain't mad at you. I just hope if
yeah.
I get to go this year, you get to go so I can meet you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of you in it. I've watched gathering videos every year.
Right.
I just never had that opportunity. So I'm really hoping this is the year that changes. Got a lot of friends who want me to go. I know Gingerbread's been there a couple times. He performed in the parking lot, I think, last year or at a camp. You know, he should be definitely a show to have on stage. I'd love to see Hearst Boy for like main stage.
Oh my
Hearst Boy's another one.
God.
I don't know if
Hearst
you've
is
seen
my
the newest
dude.
video that he dropped. I haven't seen the Only God Knows Why video yet. I don't think it's out. But
No,
the
it
last
drops on the 21st, I think.
21st, yeah, the last video he
What?
dropped, I can't remember the name of the song for the
He's
life
got
of me.
like he's got like 3 songs I think about to
No,
drop,
he
or they might
drops
just
all
be
the
remake
time.
videos.
Well, like Blood
Right.
Moon, that's a badass song. He's always dropping banger after banger after banger, and like I love it. Thick Chris is another talented producer. He's working with a lot of guys that I'm working with and talking to. Or
The thickness of Chris's
yeah,
boy. That's my dude.
exactly. Yeah, and like he reminds me a lot of Deborah X too. I don't, not just because he's brown, he's got the same beard going on.
Ah!
He's got that bang.
Thickness and Death Row, the big round boys.
Yeah,
That's
they're,
cool.
they're amazing people. I love them. They're huge inspiration. So like to me, Deborah X is like my Mozart.
Okay. Putting him up on a pinnacle or something, man.
Yeah, no, I mean he's good, man. He really is. And I mean he's down to earth. He's honest with you. I've had conversations with him just when I was starting up, and he's really helped me get to where I am today.
Right. He's humble and real, and no fame has got to his head to the point where he thinks he's better than you, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking about you're working on all kinds of collabos and stuff like that. If you could collaborate with any artist, mainstream or underground, that you haven't already, who would it be? Like, who's the few that you would?
I always go to Gingerbread. To be honest with you, he was my first collab, and like I love the relationship that him and I have, and how honest and open he is, and forthcoming, and like we're able to transfer information back and forth all the time, and it's always great working with him. Sigma's another one I like to do. I haven't actually released anything yet that I've worked with on him, but like I've got a couple of tracks that we sent back and forth, so we're working on talking about which one we want to go through. So
Right.
that's something I'm looking forward to. I'd love to be able to do a collab with Darby one day. I mean, I've watched Darby for 3 or 4 years. Before he signed to Chapter 17, and like I love the way he names his songs. Like I try to name my songs kind of like Darby's, just because like it's cool. I think it's creative and it's fun.
Their titles are crazy.
Yeah, the coffee junk never gets my name right.
Right.
Just blows the fucking audience away.
Fiery fish pizza, bro. Like, so I wasn't sleeping on Darby. I just wasn't like 100 on him yet. Like his album Before Garden was okay to me, but for me it wasn't it. Garden was fucking like Creek. I liked like 4 or 5 songs on. That's it. I didn't like the rest of them. Not like I hated them, but they just wasn't resonating with me.
It and Whispers in My Medicine Cabinet. I could not stop playing. Like those 2 songs blew me away. Just the way I love the way he flows through them.
Yeah. And this Garden album, I can listen to it on repeat, dude. Every song without even skipping a song, just repeat. And that's that shit. So now I'm excited to see where he goes from here. Like, you got to keep going up, Darby.
You can tell he's having fun with it. He's getting out there. He's throwing those kicks. He's mingling. He's having a good time when he's
Right.
on stage and in his videos.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
entertaining as fuck.
Darby has a good stage presence too,
Yeah.
so that works. All right. Have you met anyone famous to you? I like to use in this reference that I met Pauly Shore. Now, I have also met ICP now, Ouija, as you said, Gingerbread. I've met a handful of artists, but maybe if you have met somebody that's not an artist that's also famous, let us know who that is. Again, I met Pauly Shore. He's a comedian. He's an actor. You know, he's a little bit of everything.
Uh, Not really recently. You know,
Well, it ain't gotta be recent, but
the only
ever. You
person that
know.
I really ever met famous in my life, I guess, when I was growing up, our school had this thing going on for an TC program, and we had Miss New York State there at the dance, and I got to dance with Miss New York State. So I
Hey.
guess that's like the most famous person I've met. But yeah, I was at
Well,
Clarkson
that's cool.
University in New York.
Yeah. um. All right. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Mine's red. Okay. What is your favorite domesticated and wild type animal?
I just said I love the lion, but if I have to choose another one, I guess it'd be a monkey. You know, monkeys are fun. They're funny. So I get a lot of
And,
entertainment out of them. And
right.
domesticated, I guess I have to say a dog.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
we got
Um.
a husky here and an American pit bull, or bulldog, sorry. And
We
they're both very loving animals and they're funny.
Right. I would say dogs too, probably for like number one, but we got cats, I got snakes, I got fish. Like, I like all kinds of animals. And
Yeah,
ironically, we have a wolf mix, well, low percent, and then we also have two pit bulls, so we're about the same.
we had a wolf mix when I was younger, and it ended up getting hit by a snowplow.
Oh.
But yeah, his
And
name was
then
Damon. The wolf mix.
my wild specifically is a white tiger because they're like a genetic mutation. They're not supposed to exist, and they're so
Yeah,
beautiful and luring, but they'll kill you. There's no play; they'll kill you. Like I just love tigers for that reason. I don't know.
yeah. Clouded leopards are nice.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who X is, but they said I just joined. But congrats, cuz. I don't know. You know who X is, or I can't tell. It looks like a
Uh,
little like
I'll have to look at it later.
cartoon
I'm
character.
sure I've got a million messages going on too at the same time. So
Okay. Um, what music? Well, you mentioned this earlier, but just maybe briefly touch on it again. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think it affected how you make music or what you take from today?
yeah, I mean, they listened to a lot of country music growing up, but they listened to a lot of other stuff too. Like, remember my dad used to have a ginormous like stack of records and 8 tracks and 45s. I used to listen to like Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon album. I think it was with Black Sabbath back then, Quiet Riot, Metal Health. Um, God, Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, the Steve Miller Band. Uh, my dad's favorite band of all time was CCR, and he listened to that all the time, along with
Speaking of dogs, mine wants to be all in the middle of the camera and stuff. This is just one of them. This is Abby.
yeah,
Say hi to them, not me.
Alabama was another big influence. You know,
That's
just
what my mom's listened to. Leonard Skinner, Alabama, Meatloaf, as you mentioned earlier. I think that's
yeah,
why I like Meatloaf so much. Yeah, some good music there though, especially
yeah.
to take from and
That's really kind of
grow
stuff
up
I
on.
grew up with. They played some Michael Jackson and stuff there too. Like my mom likes Michael Jackson music.
Hey,
She's
I
not
like
bad.
I like some MJ. I ain't
He's
gonna
not
hate.
bad. No, I liked a lot of his music too. Loved his dancing. I mean, to this day, I don't think there's anybody that can still keep up with his dancing.
Right. He was definitely, I don't
What's his
know,
name?
talented.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When I was younger, I listened to a lot of Elvis. My grandmother and my aunt was an Elvis fan. My aunt Cheryl, she passed away this year, but she actually had one of Elvis's scarves from this concert. So, and she was a
No
huge Elvis
kidding.
fan. Willie Nelson. She always said Willie
See,
Nelson was a man.
those two I didn't so much get into. Like I know some Elvis songs and a few
Yeah,
Willie songs, and I mean Willie's been the same age my whole life. I swear, like
yeah,
that man
yeah,
just was old and stayed old, but didn't get
yeah.
older. Or,
He's gonna outlive us all. Willie never
you
died.
know. So he's got his own lore, of course. I just wasn't big on Elvis, but I ain't hated on people that
Yeah.
uh, okay. Do you have any siblings, and do they support your music career?
I got two brothers.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
and
got.
they listen to your music.
Yeah, they do. Uh, they're supportive, but they're not a fan of everything, you know. But a big reason is because they listen to me as they make it. So
Right.
I start to get a side effect, you know. So by the time it's finally done, they're like, "Yeah, we've heard this a million times. We don't care," you know. Go away.
Right, right. No, that's cool though. I've had artists come up here and say their siblings don't give two craps unless it's like a public shout out from like a known artist like ICP or Ouija or something. They're all like,
Yeah,
yeah, but they ain't bumping their shit or
yeah,
listening to it or sharing it out. So
yeah. No, and I got a lot of friends too at work and stuff around that I've met since I've been down here, and they play my music and stuff too. There's been a couple times I've walked into the kitchen at work and heard my shit playing. So my
that's
boss is a
dope.
juggalo too. He's an ex-marine. Oh, not ex-marine. He's a retired marine, I should say. And
Right.
he's a juggalo. He loves ICP.
That's
I met,
awesome.
met another juggalo in the kitchen. He's got a rainbow hatchet man on his back shoulder. His name's Aaron. He's a lot of fun. Uh, I got a hatchet man on my hand,
Hell yeah.
my head on my shoulder, and then I got this shirt from uh, Shaggy the Airhead from the Lazy and Crazy Clothing Collection, and
I
I
see
ordered one.
it.
I got one of these pendants, the Creeper pendants, a while ago, and he sent me an extra pendant, and I gave that to my Juggalo buddy Aaron down here.
That's freaking awesome. I don't have no
Really,
like
man.
swag from Shaggy the Airhead. I did get the sticker
You got
pack
it, man.
with all
Shaggy.
those stickers, but I did not get. I haven't been able to get no merch yet, like shirts or nothing.
Oh, they're so nice. I mean, it's nice material too. They're thick. They're warm.
I like just like the visual of it. Shaggy be on
Yeah,
that top notch, next
yeah, he does
level.
look good.
Play with
I
your
like his bucket hats
eyes.
too. I gotta get one of his bucket hats. They're always like the flip ones, the
Yeah,
double. Yeah, he's got some cool ass shit. Some Mario crossovers. I love how he does like his Rocko's Modern Life or Pokemon shit. Like,
right.
I
I need
guess
to get me some Creeper shorts.
yeah, I want to get a tat from him too. He does these tattoo tours, and he's a wicked tattoo artist.
No kidding. I didn't even
Yeah,
know that. I
I'd
just
love to get
recently
that.
found out Ouija does tattoos. Like,
Yeah,
get out of here.
they're good at it.
Crazy. All right, man. If you met the younger version of yourself, say 12, 13 years old, what would you tell yourself, if anything, and why?
Uh, don't take life for granted. Time goes by faster.
Man, you hear that shit too as a kid, and you just dismiss it.
Yeah,
It's like human nature to dismiss it, like yeah, whatever. And then here I
yeah,
sit, 32 years old, like where the fuck did it go? You know?
yeah. One day you just wake up and 20 years have gone by, and next thing you know, everybody you used to love's not there anymore.
Right. Absolutely. All right, fair. Did the skill come natural, or did you have to learn and practice at it? Some people say they're born with a given talent. They just wake up and do something. Other people wake up and want to do that same talent, and they have to practice and learn, but then they're equally as good. Do you think it's more natural or trained?
Uh, as far as like music production goes, as far as like making beats and audio mastering, leveling, like that's been a lot of work as far as getting what's in my head out, especially with lyrics and stuff like that. So it's taken a lot of practice. I mean, there's always that message in my head that needs to get that out. So I guess it's like a mixture of both. Like I feel like I have the talent in my head, but I got to practice on the part of transitioning it to get it from here to over here, because that's a big part
Yeah,
of the competition, is getting it to sound and come out the way that you're satisfied with it, because you're your own worst critic. I've gone back and
yeah,
forth. I've erased so much shit over and over and over again until I'm finally satisfied with something. So I really think any artist is like that. You know, I mean,
absolutely.
they might say they have talent and that it's all talent, which is true in a lot of cases, but every artist critiques themselves, and every artist is going to go
I
back.
think, I mean, I don't think you can be in this business without inspiring to like do better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sure, you might be good, but are you better than you was when you first started? You know what I'm saying? And are you better than you was when, I don't know, insert blank? You know, like,
Yeah.
I think in order to be the best, you want to get to that. You know, you got to inspire to be better. Not to
Yeah.
say that you don't hit a plateau where you're killing it and you just ride them with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I started climbing, what, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, bottom rung of the ladder, not knowing anything from music production to how to get it transitioned. I didn't even know what a DAW was or how to even start. And then one of my friends got me into making music because he was using a program called BandLab to make his songs and get them on Spotify. And he was actually a really good rapper, so he kind of got me interested in it and showed me how to get myself heard. And I guess that's really where it all came from.
absolutely. Nine Caliber, happy birthday! Whoop whoop! Um, okay, so the next question is kind of like a three-part. Just bear with me here. Who or what came up with your name, Juggles? Uh, and do you have an official logo that can be put on a hat, a shirt, whatever, just recognizable as you? And if so, who also created and came up with that idea?
So I don't have the logo yet, but my daughter is going to be designing that. So my daughter that's in the chat here, part of my thing with when I release my music and stuff, I like to let her make my covers. Um, she did one on my first like couple of tracks. I was trying to make like an album, and it was very, very poor attempt at making an album, but it was a giant learning process for me towards progression, like where I came today. And she made a cover for my Jack in the Box song, and she did great, amazing artwork. She's very, very talented. Um, she's only 12; she's going to be 13, but she's more talented at drawing and artwork than I have seen from grown adults over my lifetime.
Right.
She's got
Yeah.
a gift. She's got a gift, and I hope she uses it. You know, so I've given her the opportunity to do my artwork. So
Okay, that's freaking beautiful, man. You're gonna make me all mushy and stuff. That's cool that you include your family, like direct family and whatever, and you give them the shout outs and chances, and that it's all about, you know, I don't know, the love of it, and that's
yeah.
awesome. Uh, be your name, Juggles. How did that come about? What's that?
Well, I wanted to have something that was fun, but I wanted it to sound kind of like clownish or circusy, but still have like a horror feel to it. You know, so I went with Juggles with the two Z's, kind of for like the jugular. You know, because to me it sounded horror-ish and bloody, and just a fun name. I haven't seen
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
use it, so
Um,
I went for it.
I stole a picture of you in face paint, but I'm guessing you might have just been attending an event or something. Does Juggles have like a mask, a face paint pattern, or is it just gonna be
That's
your
one thing I've
face
actually been
always?
debating. I have another picture that I will show you later. it's It was an attempt at a paint that I did because I've been debating for a long time between a face paint or a forever mask. The
Right.
paint's really fun, but the problem I have with the paint is I guess I don't have the right paint because I've been trying to. I think they're like paint crayons or whatever, and they're horrible. The colors aren't right. They smudge. They don't last
Right.
long. They just look like third quality paint. So like I really been shopping online, looking around for these forever masks, and I found a really really nice one that I like. Uh, as far as I know, there's only 3 that are made. So I'm not gonna say what they are because I don't want them bought out. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
leaning towards one. So it'd be worth the investment. I feel like.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Son's got a
Yeah.
lot of masks that he auctions off. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but Son, every time he's done with the season or a tour, he auctions his mask off and he gets new ones.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I created my own little pattern, like unique to me, but I typically like to do shaggy face paint or the Prophet
Yeah.
paint, chapter 17. And with a beard, it's hard to really do paint. It gets all in there, starts looking gray. I only have this much face to paint on. And I mean, I got a big
Yeah.
ass dome. I got a forehead, maybe an 8 head, but
I had my head all shaved and I tried drawing cornrows on.
right. So I get it, the whole paint, and I can't think it's macaron or some stuff is the paint I use. That shit's dope. Like I take
Yeah.
a shower, and unless I'm
Grease
using
paint. I
soap
think
and
that's what ICP
scrubbing,
uses is grease paint. I think
yeah.
that's what it's called now that I think about it.
But
But
yeah, I can send you the link of the paint I use. You can give it a shot. It's just via Amazon or whatever.
yeah, I'd
Uh,
appreciate it. I'd check it out, definitely.
all right.
It's fun to
Do
paint
you
on.
have a Do you have a favorite movie? Rather, you want to pick one in every genre, or just a flat out number one favorite movie? Like mine is
Oh,
Blow. My go to if I'm put on the spot is
oh,
Blow with
damn.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's a good one. Narc's good too. Uh, if I had to pick one though, I'd have to say Ninja Turtles #1. I've always been a diehard Ninja Turtles fan.
Ah! Yeah.
I was born in '84. I mean, I grew up with Ninja Turtles on cartoon on FYE VHS tapes. And
Right.
old school artwork, and then they made that movie and like blew me away. And the first 3 movies, but that first one, like for me, an experience, like I still get that over and over again every time I watch it. So
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's a new answer too, I think. I don't think nobody said TNT. Um, all right. Yeah. So we have gotten to my game questions, dude. We're right at 47 minutes. And now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. There's like 10 or something either or questions here. And you pick one or the other and either. So yeah, I'm just going to read it and you're going to pick. First one is Twix or Reese's?
Twix. Only
All
because
right.
I feel like the Reese's peanut butter cups, the chocolate's gotten too thick lately, and the peanut butter's gotten too thin.
Okay.
I
I'm with
don't know if it's
it.
just me or what, but like I don't know, they just don't taste the same to me anymore.
All right. Uh, Summer or winter?
Summer. I've always been a summer child. I was born in New York, raised in New York, and spent 9 months every year in the snow, buried up to my waist. So,
Oh yeah, man. Day or night?
I'm more of a night owl.
Yeah, me
I
too.
don't mind getting up in the morning, but like I love my nights.
No, I hate getting up in the morning. I'm gonna clarify that. I'm a night
Yeah,
owl. The only time I'm okay getting up in the morning is if I got a package coming. Like I know that it's coming and I need to get it because I don't live in a bad neighborhood, but people still like to freaking gank packages. So I don't
yeah.
know.
They do that shit down here all the time too. It's crazy. Somebody just had their car stolen last night out of their driveway.
Jesus.
Yeah. When we moved here, they were telling me how nice of a neighborhood it was, and it was quiet, and like nothing ever happened here. And then the day we moved in, 5 people got shot a mile down the road in their house.
Bruh. That's
Yeah,
like this town we moved to. It was a quaint, quiet little country town. And then in the 4 years I've lived here, there's been 2 murders. And they were
yeah,
found just like one in the cemetery by my house and the other just out in somebody's yard. Like, something went
Yeah,
down, got shot, boom, and they just left the body to be found. Like,
I know. And like, I'm from New York, man. Like, I thought New York City was bad, but like as far as the crime rate goes down here, the closer you get to Greenville, like the worse it gets. There's always people getting shot or stabbed down here, or like being found in a ditch somewhere. People are walking into like
crazy.
Walgreens with a hatchet in their hands. Like crazy shit down here.
Stay alert, man. Stay
Yeah.
alert. Uh, truck or car?
I'd have to say truck.
All right, I'm with you. You can always make $1 on a truck, and I get trucks
Yeah.
cost more gas, but you can always be moving somebody or
Yeah.
taking some junk in or
You ain't gonna
something.
bottom out if you decide to go off the road for a drive to the woods.
Yeah.
Stuck in the mud.
All right. You're taking your sweetheart, whoever that may be, out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or roller skating?
Uh, that's a hard one. It'd probably be roller skating more towards that because it's fun to do. Get out. I've seen
It
a lot of
is.
movies.
You actually get out doing stuff
Yeah.
together, moving
I mean,
around. You really got to get connected. You're not just sitting there watching a movie. I'm falling asleep 3/4 in if I don't really like the movie or it ain't keeping
yeah.
my attention. You ain't
I mean,
sleeping while skating.
there ain't nothing wrong with Netflix and chill, but I mean that ain't gonna get you everywhere forever. You got to get out and have those experiences and build upon that relationship, or it's just dead in the water from the start.
Absolutely. Uh, pizza or pasta?
Pizza. I've
All
always loved
right.
pizza. Although if I could have lasagna and pizza every other day, I'd settle for that.
This one's for your fans. Facebook or Instagram? Which are you more active on?
I'm more active on Facebook, but I'm gonna try to start leaning more towards Instagram because I just feel like Facebook's got a lot more censorship and stuff going on lately, as far as sharing your music or like tagging other people that are in your music.
Right.
If it's not officially tagged or they don't recognize you as an official artist and you tag yourself, then they can remove that post as you promoting yourself as a fake artist. So there's all kinds of like hooks and nooks and crannies to it, and then there's just a lot of
Absolutely.
weird shit on Facebook. Like I don't feel like they moderate to the public anymore. There's a lot of shock imagery that goes on Facebook lately, especially if you're on the reels and you're just scrolling through. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I can handle shit, man. I grew up with rotten.com. I've seen some nasty
Yeah,
shit.
boy.
People with their heads cut off in helicopters and stuff. And like the other day I was scrolling through Facebook and there was this reel of these two guys fighting each other with machetes, and this one guy got hit in the face and the arm. He went down and he hit the other guy in the arm and his hand fell off on the ground, and he walked over and picked it up and walked away. And it was a real video. It was like down in Mexico. And it was like advertising
Jeez.
a car commercial. And like my kids and shit use Facebook, and I know it's supposed to be geared towards an adult audience, but they're aware that children access this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, maybe
No, I
Instagram's not any
agree.
better with it, but like I just lean more towards Instagram because I feel like they're better with as far as the censorship goes with sharing your music.
Yeah, okay. What about TikTok or Twitter though, or X?
Rest in peace, TikTok.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah,
road to be.
yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I feel like that's a huge blow to every American. To be honest with you, and I'm not saying that because I'm like being political or shit, because I stay out of that stuff. But you know, tremendous people go through that app every day. Businesses, lawyers, corporations, anybody that's trying to get their voice out and just share what they're building and what's going on in their life. And now it's going to be shut down and censored because of who owns it. Like, I just feel like it's a
Right.
shortcut rather than fixing the problem to just kill it altogether.
D
There's other
Rida,
apps out
sorry.
there. I mean, there's other apps out there too. I mean, Facebook could easily take over that role with the reels, you know, giving
Yeah.
artists opportunities and stuff. But like TikTok is a big payout. Like I get money from TikTok too, as far
Well,
as my
I don't.
music goes.
I'm not even like I'm a shop affiliate on TikTok, but I'm not monetized yet. I don't have 10,000 followers or something, so I don't get
Yeah,
paid from TikTok. but I do use it as like a jump platform to try to get people over here to my YouTube. I am monetized on Facebook, so as long as Facebook exists, I'm unfortunately going to be on there.
Yeah.
I don't post a whole lot on Insta either. Recently, I've been doing it because it's connected with my Facebook. And the only reason I really use Twitter a whole lot is because Ouija's over there. I'm a nut rider for C17, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love Ouija.
uh, so, so then do you have a Twitter or an X?
I don't have a Twitter, no.
All right.
I think I tried to create one time after he took over Twitter and it turned to X, and it told me that my account was banned, or I couldn't make a new account. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I should try it again. But yeah, I don't have a Twitter yet.
All right. Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
I'm a Pepsi fan now because of my wife. My dad, growing up, he always used to drink Coca-Cola, so we always had that in the house. But after I got married and I was with my wife for 10 years, she always drank Pepsi, so it kind of converted me over. And yeah, I can't go back since then.
Okay, and what's your favorite Faygo?
Probably the cotton candy or the grape. It's hard to find a good grape soda to me. Like orange too. My daughter loves orange soda. She's always going after Fanta. But
dude, orange is the most solid Faygo you can choose. Like you can't go wrong with orange Faygo.
Yeah.
But my favorite is probably Firework. And
I've had that once. It's hard to get down south. Like there's a couple of shops that sell it, but the second they get it in, it's gone, just like that.
Have you tried the new Dreamin'?
No, that one hasn't made it down here yet.
What about Candy Apple? Candy Apple is like my favorite treat.
Candy Apple one, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I only recently got Faygo, man. Like the shop came out of nowhere in our town, and now it's been here a year. And like its first 6 months, I didn't even know it existed and had Faygo. And then I randomly had to stop there, and oh my god, the selection! I'm like, ah! I made a video about it.
Was Ohana. It's like the that was the only one that could find when I moved down here. You know, it's a big thing up in the Northeast, and then you move down south, and like there's not very many people that know about it. Like I got friends in Texas that said they can't even get it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Pie or cake?
Pie.
All right. Okay, you got to make a 3-mile walk in the rain, or you got to make a 5-mile walk in the desert, provided water and a couple shade spots.
Desert.
You're gonna walk in the heat. You said, I don't want to be all wet and chafed and chappy by then.
that don't matter to me. It's an opportunity. I like to prospect and stuff, and like I do a lot of random activities outside of like music and work. Like I'm always trying to keep myself entertained and learn new stuff and keep going. So like I prospect for gems and like golds and stuff sometimes when it's nice out. I'll go out and fool around in the creek to have fun. So to me, that'd be an opportunity. You know, you just have some fun.
D. Ryder said, unpopular opinion, I like Ohana more. Right on, right on. Mexican food or Chinese?
Ooh, Chinese.
All right.
But that shit's good.
Yeah. If you are having Mexican though, is it tacos or burritos?
Probably a burrito. You know, maybe a good quesadilla, enchilada.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Steak in it.
Surfing or skateboarding?
Probably surfing now. I broke my ankle when I was younger skateboarding, so I don't do that shit anymore. But yeah, I'd love to surf.
I've never done surfing.
I wakeboarded a couple times. You know, that's fun to do.
Yeah.
We used to have a tube. Get pulled behind the boat and shit when I was younger.
Yeah, I've done freshwater. I've just never been to an ocean. I would try to get on a surfboard once and probably bust my shit and then see a shark and be done. Like, I'm going back to the 3-foot water.
Oh, shit, we went to Isle of Palms last year down here, and I bought one of those bodyboards, and I thought it was gonna be fun to like jump and hit the waves and go over it. And I turned broadside, man. And I hit that board and broke that board right in half. So
Ooh.
you gotta be careful with shit. Like waves can still hurt, but
Right. Maybe a little more forgiving than concrete, though. I could never do no tricks, but I'd drop in on a freaking half pipe and just skate around, and you
yeah,
can fuck up doing just that, not even doing no tricks. Like,
yeah.
so,
Mine
yeah.
was a ramp and a wrong landing.
Right. I couldn't imagine. All right, you're given $5,000 cash money, but you got to spend it all at one store, and you got to spend it now. Where are you going?
Oh, Walmart on a clothing spree for my children. They always need
You're
clothes.
awesome. You're freaking awesome, man. I hope you succeed. I really do.
I'm
You
trying.
really
I
do
really am.
seem to
Takes a lot of
care
work, but
about the family in your family, and that's freaking awesome. All right, I got three fill in the blank questions for you, my guy, and I'm gonna open up the chat real quick. Anybody in the chat that's still in here? We've had 10, 15 people. There's 10 showing right now. Do you know this man? Do you want to know him? Do you want to know something I didn't ask? Put those questions in the chat right now, because after I ask these three fill in the blanks, I'm gonna search this chat real quick for messages before we do a closing. So if there's something you want to ask, get it in the chat. Um, First, fill in the blank. My favorite vacation was blank.
oh shit, that's a good one. I've had a lot of fun ones. I'd have to say when I was younger, I went out to Wyoming to see my grandfather. That was a really really fun vacation for me.
I bet it was
Uh,
beautiful there.
yeah, it is. There's nothing like the Rocky Mountains as far as like mountains in the United States that I've seen. And I've seen a lot of them. I've seen the Adirondacks, the Appalachians, the Rockies, Sierra Nevadas. So it's just nice to me. It's
Okay.
beautiful out there, wide open country,
Yeah.
and
I
it
never
was a
got
good.
to go, but I dated a girl. Her grandma lived in Wyoming, and like right there by Yellowstone. Like I got
Yeah,
to see pictures. I just never went or whatever. So I don't know if I would get along there. Like I don't know with the culture per se or
that's
whatever.
fun.
But it looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're really friendly. My grandfather and my grandmother lived in Cheyenne, Wyoming for a long time. And we went out there and we went camping up on the Continental Divide in Colorado for like a week up there in the mountains and like grizzly bears and elk. And like, it's just an experience
Right.
I never forget. Like um, all the herders from like the 15 AD back when they used to herd sheep through the mountains or whatever, like they carve pictures and stuff on the white birch in the tree. And like all these trees are all scarred over from like them walking through and carving their pictures. And so like it was
Right.
really, really cool to see. Just like to be able to walk up and be the only one there and experience it was amazing.
Right. Right. That's awesome. Okay. The bicycle I had most as a kid was blank.
A Huffy. I didn't know if you met
Yeah, boy.
me. Yeah, yeah. Hot
That
off
was
the
my
gang
first
stuff.
bike.
Yeah, no. Used to destroy a lot of
Huffy
those.
Rocket, boy.
Yeah.
And then,
Remember my
but the
brother
bike
got
I
one
had most
from.
was a Mongoose or an XGT, and I had mags and the Fat Boy pegs.
Yeah, my brother was always after those pegs, those ankle busters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He found out, man.
Big
We were
old
all riding our
dudes.
bike home from school one day, and he came around the corner and hit some gravel and wiped out with that. He rolled so hard, rolled right into an electric fence.
Ooh,
Yeah,
damn it,
those
man.
bike pegs can send you flying.
uh, okay. The best part about the beach is blank.
Fishing.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
done that in a while.
Oh, I love going to the ocean and going fishing.
I've never, well, again, never done ocean fishing. That'd be a trip going like sword fishing or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Down here,
I,
I
Go
love
ahead.
it. Like my brother's more interested in going to the bars and mingling with the ladies and shit. Which don't get me wrong, that's cool. There's a lot of beautiful women down here, especially along the ocean line. But I can only fish in the ocean so often, and there's women everywhere. So I'd rather take
Yeah,
that
yeah.
opportunity. Yeah,
I joke and
self
say
love,
the women
self
in
love.
bikinis, but that's not my answer either. My answer is just being there, dude. Taking in the nature, like realizing there is nothing bigger than Mother Nature. You can never beat
Yeah,
her. She's vast and beautiful, and if you just let yourself go and succumb to nature, it's a whole new mind experience, man.
yeah.
There's just something about it. Maybe call me an old hippie or something. I don't know.
I agree with you. I think that's like
So
a thing that like we kind of had instilled on us between the 80s and 90s with like love for nature. Because like my parents are always big about like go outside, have fun, like mingle in the woods, like
yeah,
go to sports. Nowadays kids don't want to do that. They want to play video games or like a lot of communities. It's not safe to let your children outside anymore. So
right. Yeah,
you
kids are
know,
born with phones in their hand practically. I didn't
yeah,
have my first cell phone until I was 16, and it looked like a corded dock, or not
yeah.
a cordless dock phone,
I say fair to them.
with a little
Minecraft.
snake on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So, but yeah, we 80s, 90s, we had that perfect balance of outside and inside. Like my mom would kick us out of the house till supper and say, "Don't be running back and forth," and so we didn't, and so yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
That
Um,
old love.
I'm gonna scroll up here. Some people did actually drop. So, I'm gonna ask this differently than how she worded it. Do you only have one kid?
No, I have 6 kids.
Oh, okay. Well, she's like, "Who's your favorite child?" Laugh out loud.
They're all my favorite. Before my wife and I recently separated, we had twins back in 2020. So
Yeah,
I've got a set of 5-year-old twins. Their names are Link and Lily, and they're cute. All my kids have been cute, but these kids, they're super super cute. It's the first set of twins that I've ever had on my side. So my dad was very very ecstatic about it before he passed away, and so I guess that always has a special place in my heart. But I love all my kids the same. I don't have a favorite.
absolutely. You shouldn't. That was just cute and funny that she put it. D. I'm not gonna make him repeat himself. This answer is at the beginning of the stream. Who is he? Where did he get his name and all of that? Like we just asked that, homie. Go back and watch this interview. Uh, Lord Farquaad asked, "What is your favorite horror movie specifically?"
Probably Friday the 13th, part two.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
The first one was good, but the second one is when Jason actually finally like really got into it and got to kill. The first, I grew up with all those old school horror movies. Chucky scared the shit out of me when I was younger. Like my aunt had a good guy doll up the road, and I thought for sure
oh,
that doll was gonna come down the road and kill me in my sleep. So
I was cool with Chucky. The fucking Leprechaun got me a little bit, and Jeepers
yeah,
Creepers was the only movies that really like, and that's from being young. Now as an adult, I'll watch whatever, because I'm a man. No, but it just
yeah.
don't bother me. But those were the two that like really got me when I was younger. Uh, D asked though, what would be your top three dream collabs? He also mentioned something about this, but you can go ahead and answer that again if you'd like. Like, do you three top dream collabos?
Uh, Ouija Mac, obviously. I mean, he's a goat. Same with Darby. Uh, It'd be a dream to work with ICP. I don't know if we'll ever get to any level of work with either of those guys, but like 100%, that's every juggalo's dream as far as I know.
Man, you got to manifest that shit. You got to believe
Yeah,
in it. You got to say, I'm going to, not,
yeah.
I don't know
I've been
if
trying.
I'm
I'm
going
putting this work
to.
in. Like I'm making
Listen,
progress. I'm a million times better than I was 2 years ago. You know,
Ouija just posted on his Instagram. He was in a live stream, like, I don't know, a week back or something, and he literally told us to tell people that we want to see work with him, message him. You know what I'm saying? Just reach out. Now, I don't
yeah,
know. I've heard it costs like 5 stacks to work with Ouija. I don't know how true that
Yeah.
is. Maybe
Well,
he'll
their
cut a
time's not
homie
free either. You
deal,
know, they're gonna make a
or
living. They're on their grind. You know, so you got to
right,
be willing to put that out there. You can't expect them to give it out for free. And I feel like that's a big problem in the Juggalo community too. Like, not like speaking out with like the people that I work with. Like, I love what I do, but like I've seen a lot of people, especially in chats, like always begging for money or hey, dude, I have no food or like, what's your cash app?
yeah,
Or like I get a lot of random messages from people like, yo, I got LSD or I got perks and like through Facebook Messenger trying to sell me shit. And like, I don't do any of this shit, dude. I smoke weed, I drink
right,
beer and liquor, and that's it. I mean, I smoked opium when I was younger. I used to do some K2, but I'm older now. I
right.
don't do that shit. Like, I love
That's
my
what,
weed, and I'm a sober person as far as mentality goes, and I got my life back together. I ain't gonna throw it away over shit like that. So
dude. I feel it. I feel like we relate so much. It's crazy because like my party tripping days was when I was a kid when I shouldn't have been. I'm talking like 12 to 16. Did I trip? Shrooms
yeah,
and all kinds of dumb
yeah,
shit, popping pills and just the dumb party.
yeah.
And that's what I mean. By 16, I had to grow up. I was on
Yeah,
my
in
own or end up in jail, or dead. So
the '90s, it
I'm
was
not
like
I'm not
living in
cool
Muslims.
when it comes to the clicks at the gather and everybody doing nitrous and this and that and
Yeah,
sorry
I
dude, I
know.
guess
Other people
Wiggles
nowadays
ain't
are
cool
not. Like
for you.
they buy giant fucking tanks of it, and it's like you're gonna kill yourself.
To each their own. I'm not hating on a homie. Do you,
Yeah,
but it's just Wiggles ain't.
yeah, yeah, I get it.
So
I
hell
don't
yeah.
judge. Like I always tell people, I won't do it, but like I'll hold the light for you if you need me to.
Right. What's 3 albums you couldn't live without?
Carnival Carnage, ICP's original album. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like to me, like I love how violent they were when they first came out. And in my room on there is it's still my all time favorite song. Uh, Bloody Sunday by Violent J, his newest one that he just put out. It's an absolute banger. Uh, I really feel like Violent J's very, very much still got it. Uh,
Right. I like when Violent J raps. I don't care so much when he just sings, but when
yeah,
he actually raps, he gets it. I think some
yeah,
people don't like that, and like I just like Shaggy's voice no matter what, kind of. So I'm a sucker for Shags, but
yeah,
Jay, like I really like when he raps. So
yeah. And any of Ouija's albums.
oh
Dark
yeah,
Ash. Like I couldn't live without Ouija's music. I discovered Ouija maybe about 5 years ago. One of my friends showed me him,
Mm.
and the first song was "Ain't No Fucking Savior."
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't my
And
first, but that's
I was
one of my
playing it
favorites.
full fucking volume, man, through like this 9,000-watt speaker just to piss off my neighbor next door, and it was like the perfect song, and he knew about it, and like that's how I discovered Ouija and like went through there, and like I love all his music. There's the only one song I haven't actually liked was Galoshes. You know, I don't know what it is
What
about it, but
Ouija's songs, I don't think there's one song I dislike per se, like I hate, but I
I
call them
don't hate it. It's
sleepers.
just like
Ouija
I just
has
feel like
sleeper
every song he
songs.
puts is like here. I don't know. He's always on that grind and constantly leveling up, and like I've always tried to like aspire to be like him and put as much of like his creativity that inspires me and others' inspirations into my music, and like he's just always like a million steps up, and like
Always going
I've
up,
seen him,
yeah.
I've seen him on stage, man. He knows how to work a crowd, and like his music videos and his paint, like his drips on. He's got the hustle, the talk, and he's funny as shit. Like if
Yeah,
anybody ever
yeah.
watches any of his reels, like his reels make me bust out laughing. All he has to do is walk up with a squeegee and put it on your windshield. Yeah,
Right, bro.
I've seen that. There was one time it was him and Hex and Darby and Uncle Juffalo, and they're in a diner, and Hex has got the broccoli down his
Got that
fucking pants.
Ouija.
So I don't know. He's
Yeah.
hysterical. He makes me laugh all the time. So
That's my Lord and Savior, dude. I swear to
yeah,
God, Lord and Savior.
definitely. The
uh,
whole Juggalo movement, like I find the Juggalo movement amazing because like it's just opened up so many more people to come into the actual Juggalo family, and that's what the Juggalos are about, man. I know, like, I've seen a lot of posts about people not wanting new Juggalos and stuff, but like, I've been listening to ICP for like 30 years, and they're all about self-love. It's not about hate or racism. You know, it's,
Right.
to me, it's about freedom of expression. Like, I can't and don't want to do anything violent, but for me to do that in my music and get that out as a way of relieving it in creative expression, that's a gift. You know, and a lot of people don't see it that way.
I do, and I don't make music, but I think most people should. Like that's a common, maybe misconception, maybe not. I thought it'd be more of a common understanding. We juggalos listen to horrorcore music for release of thoughts that we may or may not truly have in our own personal life. And once we listen to it and scream it aloud, then maybe we don't have to act on those actual, intrusive
Exactly.
thoughts. That's the release. That's as far as it needs to go, So it's medication. It's healing. It's therapeutical. Like people. So for instance, Temple Dash, the new album. Okay, most people say their favorite song is Splig Witter or Wig Split or whatever. Splig Witter. Yeah, that's Witter. Ouija with his weird names too,
Yeah.
or I don't know. All of it's fucking great. But you know what
Yeah,
my favorite song is on it? Is Leave Me Alone or Let Me of Alone, however the hell he typed it. And that song's dark as shit, dude. If I'm feeling down and out, I'm the weirdo that will listen to some dark, depressing shit, and it puts a smile on my face. Some people like, nah, I would not want to listen to that because it might make me do something stupid. Nah, that's my balance. Somehow I find a smile, within
yeah,
that. That's my favorite song on the whole track. Everybody's like, it's not the one that you're on? No, because it's
yeah.
not about me, bro. It's not about me at all. It's about us. Ouija is a jug for jugs. Why he
Yeah.
appreciates my whoop, I'll never know. But I love him for it. Like it's not about it. So yeah. IDK music can be deadly. I cut myself the other day. What? Well, maybe you're at the level where you need some actual help,
Supposed to write it
counseling,
on the paper.
talk to somebody. Yeah, write it down on the paper. If ever, Lord Farquaad, we're in enough things together. Discords, Facebook. If ever you just need to chop it up, bro, for real, hit me up. I will listen for hours on end. I may not have the
Yeah.
answers, but I would rather listen to you for hours on end than you really do something stupid.
Even if you don't go anywhere, like in the progress that you're trying to do in a song, just to like sit there and scream in the microphone for an hour or so, you'll feel better when you're done.
That shit was so dope. The homie, Ouija came out hard with Juggalo shit. I fell in love. Yeah, yeah, I agree with both of you. That whole like Juggalo thing, it's his own way of kind of just adding to like Ouija's a
Yeah.
jug. Nobody can deny that. He's a juggalo, but he done his own little thing, Juggalos. That's for that new young generation. Whatever. It's poppy. I don't know, mumble rap or I don't know, but yes, I absolutely love it. Uh, Thomas, I don't know if there was anything that I missed that maybe you wanted to say or get out at all. But we have made it to an hour and 20 minutes. And I don't want to cut you short by no means, but now we're going to start encroaching on. I have to get ready for my 9 to 5, which is actually third shift. So 10 to
Yeah.
6 a.m. So I am going to have to, chop it up here soon. But I want to give you the opportunity. Firstly, I want to say anybody that came in and hung out with us, thank you. I fucking love you. I appreciate it. Go show this man some love. I'm going to get all of his links, and they're going to be found in the description of this video. So if he wants you to have his Facebook, it's going to be in there. If he wants you to, his Spotify link, his YouTube, wherever you can find his music, we'll get those links in the description of this video, and you guys can go check him out. And then yeah, if you have any last minute shout outs or anything you wanted to say, this is your shot to do that as well, man.
Just want to give a shout out to my kids. You know, they've always been a huge inspiration. You know, I love every one of them, and if it wasn't for them pushing and believing in me, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I've been able to get to. You know,
Nicole, I don't know if you're still in here, but he answered. He said he would be a lion.
and you know, I want to give a shout out to Gingerbread again. He's huge.
Chris Burton, whoop up.
Yeah, Chris Burton, Greg Phillips, Sigma. You know, my friend Tom McAllister, back in New York. You know, I got a love for a lot of people. You know, I got another friend, his name's Tom in Ohio. I know a bunch of Toms. My friend Xander in Australia, he's an old school juggalo on a biker, and he listens to my shit and he bumps it all the time. And
Gingerbread was in here. He said, thank y'all for talking about me. Love y'all motherfuckers. Sorry, I had it.
Yeah. He's a good man. Like, he's going places too. They all are. I mean, I'm in the underground. I'm proud to be in the underground. To me, like, that's where music's born. You know, there's so much more entertainment in the underground than there is in mainstream music. Everybody wants that auto-tune shit now. And
right.
Just to be able to work with these artists that are up and coming and putting their stuff out and inspiring me as well to do better and teaching me, like, it's a massive learning experience, and I have a lot of love for every one of them. And if I missed anybody's name, I'm sorry, but I love you guys.
No, absolutely. Swill asked, what is your camp name? Swill, he's never gathered. He's hoping this year is going to be his first gathering. So I'm guessing he don't have a camp yet. Or maybe he might have some homies that's been going and he's just going to camp with them.
They're all my homies.
Yeah. That's Swill Bilson, if you don't know who he is. He's a known troll in our community. Pretty good guy. Grandpa Jug there, juffing around and stuff. Got some love for Swilly.
Oh, Mikey DeGracius. They call him Juggalo Santa.
Yeah.
I miss him too. Whoop whoop. I know he's watching. He's got me on his TV.
Whoop whoop. All right, man. Thank you for giving me your time, taking it out of your day to just do this randomly. It wasn't prepped or nothing. I'm just like, hey, somebody come get on an interview. And Tom's like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I mean, it worked out. I'm honored.
Yeah. I like to end my streams by telling everybody, go tell somebody you love them. Life is too damn short. You never know who needs to hear that in life right now, especially now. And it might be you that's the determinant factor that changes their outlook on life today, tomorrow. What you just don't be a dick, man. Be humble and love somebody.
Life's hard enough.
Yeah, right. I'm Wiggles. This was Juggles, and we out. Whoa, whoa!